Hello, and welcome to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. From today, we're going to take a look at four beers from a long-standing craft brewer in Japan. And this is one that I used to see a lot more than I do these days. They used to appear in beer bars in the western part of Japan, but these days I haven't seen them as much. They do have a number of canned and bottled varieties which show up from time to time, and that's what I'm going to look at here. They have a line of regular beers, and then really what are more interesting are their seasonal beers. The brewery I'm talking about is Iwate Kura, and they are kind of an offshoot of a sake brewer called Sekinoichi Shuzo. And an interesting thing about this brewery is actually it's a cooperative of five different companies that make sake to produce this craft beer. They're located in the far north of Japan, in Iwate Prefecture, and in fact they're in the area that was hit very hard by the earthquake, the very large earthquake that hit Japan and tsunami. They did sustain some damage during that, but they are certainly back in business, and they're fine, definitely, at this point. Their beers are also unpasteurized, all of them. Most craft beers tend to be, but some, of course, want to increase their shelf life. Again, I'm going to look at their two of their main lineup beers, and then two of their special beers. The first one will be this one called King Kura. Their cans, they have three beers in their cans: a Pilsner, which we will look at, and a Stout, which we will look at, and a Red Ale, which we won't. I couldn't find it here. They have a can designed by the design company called Nendo, which is very kind of innovative company. You can check them out online, Nendo, and they have done a design for their cans, the cans of Iwate Kura, and they have incorporated several elements into this. So what this says here is Kin Kura, which means kind of gold Kura. Kura is a warehouse or a storehouse, traditionally for agricultural products. But at the top, what they've done is they've made the Chinese character, the kanji for gold, which is what kin means here, into a kind of stylized roof. And then below, kura, the kanji for kura, but with English letters, K-U-R-A, written in as well. So they've kind of combined elements from Japanese and from the Roman alphabet into this design here. So very interesting design. We'll see about the beer here. The other thing is that well, they call this Kura Kuraft, and they sponsor, or one of the sponsors for the Ichinoseki Beer Festival in late August, which is held every year in late August, and it is one of the premier beer festivals in Japan. It's quite far away from everything, but a lot of people go there, and a lot of breweries turn up. Usually 50, 60 breweries will show up there for a multi-day festival. Anyway, all right, and here is beer number 4. I said that there were going to be 4 beers, but actually I do have 5 in this series of Iwate Kura beers. I happened to find an extra one just the other day, so I'm including it in this series. But this one is, you will see it in the original first picture of 4 beers. It is called Iwate Kura Kuro Kura Stout. So once again, Iwate Kura Kuro Kura Stout. Kind of complex here. And what that means is their company name is Iwate Kura, and Kuro means black, and so they have a series, the Kura Pilsner, and the Aka Kura red, and this one Kuro Kura, which is a stout, Kuro meaning black. It's a 6% stout. On RateBeer, this one has 32 reviews and an average score of 3.58, pretty reasonable, and a percentile score of 89 for all beers on RateBeer, and also 89 for its style, 89% for its style on RateBeer, the style being stout. On Untapped, this one has 227 ratings and an average score of 3.44. This is also, it's actually just simply a repackaging of Iwate Kura Stout. So those two beers will be combined. They should be combined on any rating site here. I've never rated this one. I've never had it before. So we're going to give it a go. Okay. It certainly is dark enough. It is very, very dark brown, completely opaque. Light is not traveling through this glass at all. We're holding it up to the light here. I can see carbonation floating through on the edges of the glass. It has a solid finger, a very dark tan head, some lace, a little bit clumpy. Let's try the aroma. Okay. Deep, substantial, dark roast, chocolate. Flavor similar. With the nose, I'm expecting a little bit more than I'm getting from the initial flavor, but still it has the reasonable chocolate, hint of coffee. Very tasty. Yeah, slight metallic hit in mid palate and finish. Not that all uncommon for the stout style here. So, yeah, in craft beer world here, generally we tend to get imperial stouts, I think, more than simply a stout. In mainstream beer, stouts developed as a minor category, but in craft beer, always trying to make a statement, make a big splash with something, and of course imperial stouts give that with a high alcohol here. But regular stout, very, very pleasant beer. The thing about these is you can sip it and enjoy it like a higher alcohol beer, or you can knock it back like a regular regular beer, a low alcohol beer of say 4 or 5%. This is actually 6. But very nice, creamy kind of body. Getting something a little bit of umami, like very tiny touch of smoky saltiness, just a little bit. Yeah, very decent little stout here. You might want to give this one a go. Again, this is called Iwate Kura Kuro Kura Stout, 6% from Iwate Kura Brewery, way up in Iwate Prefecture, northern Japan. Give it a go. Please let me know what you think, if you've had it before, or leave me a comment on one of the other beers that I've reviewed, or another beer if you'd like me to try or to review something. Please do tell me. I tend to focus on Japanese craft beers. That's where I live, and that's what I like to explore. This series has given me a chance to revisit many of the beers that I've had in the past, which is nice, because so many of them you don't really remember so well unless they're, you know, exceptional, either very, very good or very, very bad. Those are the ones you remember. But so many beers in the middle, you know, I don't have a strong memory of, and this series has given me a chance to go back and look at them again and consider them much more carefully, I think, than I did before. And that's very nice, I think, to, you know, get a good sense of what the larger craft brewers in Japan are doing with their beers. Okay, well, that's it for today. Take care. Please stay healthy and stay safe. And look out the window and see what's happening in the world. I think the world may be changing slowly. Certainly the United States is changing slowly, or perhaps quickly. We will see. All right, take care. Bye-bye.